GTA 53 Avensa Stronghold, blue team. Iron Wolf as a Techmarine starts off range combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair, wade into melee combat too. There's some Blood Ravens over here. Alongside two Chaos players, first up is Dawnbringer as a Plague Champion, starts off range combat with a damage overtime bolter, can get melee weapon and some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. This is the Death Guard elite scheme. Rounding off this blue team then, Cudder as a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive commander, lots of manipulation and control abilities, begins in melee combat. Some World Eaters over here. I believe this is the elite scheme. Red team, a whole bunch of Imperial Guard with two Lord Generals. First up is Newtonia, and we also have Queen of Weebos. These guys are defense and support commanders that fight range combat, have a retinue of stormtroopers to help them out, can add to this retinue throughout the game. And rounding them all off is Loneass as a Lord Commissar. Strong offense and support, fights in melee combat, begins with a refractor field shield. This is the Mordian Iron Guard elite scheme, and the Commissar doesn't have a hat on apparently. Trying to force melee combat on that Plague Champion so he can't fire his bottle, but he is in turn forced off, and that is double heretics there in the middle. Already with some grenade launchers? No. Cudder looks like he's lost his starting heretic squad. Has some Chaos Space Marines forcing melee combat on the Guardsmen. They'll get the garrison, and now these guys in a little bit of trouble. That's a good special attack there from the Lord General. Knocked down 3 Chaos Space Marines, an old fellow with a metal arm. Good on you. Meanwhile, west side, a little bit quieter. Double Guardsman with the Sentinel, going to creep forward and fight this Techmarine, who's happy to sit back here. Might lose his power because of that inaction in the center. Chaos pushing through, can now take that VP. Sentinel in a little bit of trouble, but it should be okay, getting around those heretics there. What's going on west side? All sorts of trouble now for this Techmarine. Newtonia pushing up really far, losing his retinue members, but did a lot of damage there. Can reinforce them in the field, of course. And now I think Iron Wolf is going to lose his VP. Lord General going for the decap, is he? No, he's going to tie up those tactical marines there. Can he get a model? He can't get a model, but will now shoot up this power and decap that VP. Nice little push early on from Newtonia. Very passive there from Iron Wolf. Just sat back, let the Imperial Guard run up on him, and couldn't do a whole lot about it. Devastators on the field though, that will really help him out over there. East side, Imperial Guard also pushing through to the power, bashing it down pretty easily. Can be very difficult to defend both of your powers on this map. This side is slightly easier since it's a lot further back, but the ones near the VPs here, very difficult to hold for long periods. Lots of power bashing. The Plague Champions having a look at this west side now, but he's met with a Sentinel and a whole bunch of Imperial Guardsmen from Loneass who comes to meet him. Gonna go tie up some grenade launcher heretics there. Might finish him off in melee combat on retreat. Gonna be pretty close. He does have a pretty good sidearm to shoot him down and does finish him off. Dawnbringer getting caught in a really bad position, like in amongst this fence here, which was messing up his parking a little bit. Wasn't really prepared for that. Lord Commissar getting into melee combat again, doing a good job tying stuff up. Not really being pressured here, so it's kind of free reign to chop stuff around. Might see him getting that power sword up. This is against 3 power armored races. Techmarine now taking some shots at him, and he does retreat out. Doesn't lose much health though, so he'll be back out on the field pretty quickly. Here is Newtonia trying to fight off the power bash, tying up the Noise Marines. Doesn't want them shooting their sonic blaster at his generators. There it is. Can they finish off that Lord General? That was pretty damn close. How is that retinue fella still alive? Give that guy a medal. 488, 482. VPs are very even. They pushed pretty hard for that power, but didn't get it. Didn't get a single generator, in fact. What did they lose as well? Lost that Heretic squad, Dawnbringer. Doesn't look like he's going to replace it here. Raptors on the field for Cudder on this east side, defending his rather natural power there and trying to push against his enemies, which they've got down to a node. Now they're going to shoot that node up with some Zinchi stealth worship. Artillery spotters on the field for Newtonia. Catechins for the Queen of Weebos. They'll be a danger to those Raptors with their power melee and their anti-melee knockbacks and stuff. Catachin's also for Loneass. He's got quite a large tier 1 army on the field. See how this plays out. What has you got, Mr. Sorcerer? Nothing. Gonna see a Doom Bolt. So nice Doom Bolts could change this fight a lot if you can get it on those Catachins. But he's thrown it into the Guardsman there. Raptor's already taken tons of damage. Jumped in a little bit too early there, I think. And now they're off the field, and there's not a whole lot I think Cudder can do to defend here with Catachins in play. And a Sentinel leading the line. Yeah, he's going to be pushed all the way off. He might even get some power. Sentinel barely getting away there. Dawnbringer and Ironwolf right together fighting against Loneass's Lord Commissar. Goes down, tried to hug a Devastator, but it didn't work out well for him. But look at this, here comes Newtonia from the flank, shooting up the Devastators, getting him off the field. Artillery spotters doing their thing. Look at the damage that Sonic Blaster did to those bunched up Guardsmen and Catachins. That's like 15 DPS. It doesn't sound like a lot, but for a flamer type weapon, that is a hell of a lot on that Sonic Blaster. Sentinel gets away. Still lots of shooty action. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. Newtonia pushing in here. Oh, he's going for the revive. Once that revive, is he going to get away? Should be able to. There's a disruption, though, beautifully timed. Stops his revive, but can't quite finish off the Lord General. Was disrupted by the spotters there. Looks like he will get away. That was a pretty clutch play there to stop that revive, and then again to stop the death with the artillery spotters. Tier 2 for Newtonia, the first player to go. Some spotters on the way for Queen of Weebos now. Maybe he wants to shut down these noise marines with the smoke and stuff. There'll be a prime target to be jumped by the Raptors, I would think. Dawnbringer not getting anything out in tier 1. You better be building some generators then. Here he is, over on this west side to defend this power. Usually a good strategy for the mid player to at least send something to help defend that power, because that can really turn the tide of the game if one team is keeping that power and the other team's not, because that mid player is helping out. Over this east side, we're seeing it taken by Cudder, and taking the VP too. Queen of Weebos now coming back out. Has the medical sergeant, has spotters, has Catachins. Got a big army of stuff, but can he utilize all of the abilities well? It's a lot of stuff to manage here. You've got Sentinel stuff to do, Lord Generals forcing melee combat, that kind of thing. Catachin abilities, spotter abilities, repairs. Catachin's getting jumped. There's the medical sergeant heal. Raptors doing like 30 DPS per model. Putting out some good damage there, but they are forced off. It seems like that's his game plan at the moment. Jump at the first sign of the enemy and then retreat. Don't think he didn't quite needed to retreat there. Maybe Havocs would have been better than the Noise Marines over there. Help stop the advance of that Sentinel and just slow things down a bit. 488 to 272. Big VP lead here for the blue team. Big VP lead. Oh, Tarantula turret up here from Iron Wolf. That's going to be a pain in the ass. Bad news for the Sentinels. This guy's going to get away though. He's very low on hit points. Down to 75. It's covering this approach pretty well, but of course there is a way to flank in here. Covering his power at least. 488, 255 on the VPs. 2 to 1 for the Blues. Plague Marines on the way for Dawnbringer. Pretty solid choice against Imperial Guard. Pretty solid choice all the time, really. The Raptors do have their aspiring champion with Melter Pistol and Power Fist. Is gonna explode those poor little guardsmen pretty effectively, I think. Is he gonna jump? There's a jump. Doesn't wait for the enemy to settle, but he does get a full retreat out. Just caught in a bad position there. Queen of Weebos did not want to stand and fight as he was moving backward and getting jumped in a big blob there. That is Dark Flames on retreat path 2. Little bit of a waste of it, because I don't think it's going to get a model, is it? Oh, it got 2. Usually want to use it after an engagement to kind of finish things off when stuff is already damaged. But it'll make them stand in base for a little while longer, I guess, and let him cap up over there. We have the master crafted bolter from the Techmarine, almost 38 DPS piercing with that nice high powered shot. Always thought it would be cool for the Techmarine to get one of those stalker pattern bolters with longer range and lower fire rate and that kind of thing, instead of this slightly improved bolter with an ability on it. 486, 235, 1-to-1 cap. We have plasma gun guardsmen. Only 4 of them in that squad though, and another squad of them. Plague Marines not taking heavy cover. Got no Nurgle worship either. He's trying to get that VP, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Disruption there from the Catachans. Sentinel's very, very close to going down. Damage over time from the Plague Marines. Can't quite finish it off though. Buffs now from the Lord General with fire on my target. Sentinel goes in. That is pretty risky, but does get the stump relatively well. And the Devastators are forced to retreat. The artillery spotter smoke shell helping out there too a lot. Guardsmen getting away with just 2 models, pretty lucky. What is this? Oh, it's a Manticore. That is from Newtonia over here. He's on the west side. Meanwhile, east side, Queen of Weebos with a sizable army, just hasn't quite used it well. And now he has a Chimera to support it all. Looks like he killed some stuff here. Almost got the Raptors down. In fact, they're down to a single model over there. Now shooting at some Sonic Blaster Noise Marines using their cacophony. Not sure what he's hoping to achieve here. He needs to retreat out, surely. Nope, he's happy to stand there and shoot stuff. Now he's retreating out. There we go. Just wanted to hold him up as long as he could. Do we have plasma guns for both of Weebo's guardsmen? Yes, we do. Do we have plasma guns for all the guards on the field? Maybe we do. Yes, we do. Awesome. Plasmas everywhere. Plague Fist, Plague Champion. Bad news for those Catachans in melee combat. We have Armor of Pestilence as well, so he's going for this very tough Plague Champion build. Wants to help him cap that contested VP under fire. Manticore on the Havocs. Ouch. Kills 1 model and nothing else. There's that Pestilent Fist strike. Gonna help him cap there with that massive range damage resistance. Sentinel's trying to face tank a lot of range fire. Doesn't work out well for him. Goes down. Look at that blob of ranged power armor stuff. There's a hell of a lot of stuff to shoot down. Noxious Cloud catches the guardsmen pretty well there, but they are around a medical bunker, which I think saved at least one of the squads, being able to reinforce off that 3 at a time, or 2 at a time at least with the sergeant. They survived the Noxious Cloud, but that is turning blue, that VP, and they have a 2-to-1 cap again with a big VP lead. Going to be tough for the Imperial Guard players to come back into this. Need to choose their targets well and just demolish them with their range firepower before they can react, I think. Don't want to be spreading their fire here. Plague Champion gets right in amongst the guards. We're not sure what he's trying to do. Might go down and retreat. Looks like he'll be okay. Going through that Pestilent Cloud stuff, I think, saved him a bit there. He's now getting his Icon of Nurgle. So he isn't going full tanky because he would get Mucus Discharge if he was. But the Icon of Nurgle is going to be a pain in the arse, doing constant damage to surrounding enemies. Cudder here defending, well, trying to defend his power. Looks like he's going to lose it all. In fact, Chimera really helping out Queen of Weebos here. Pretty sure he had another squad. Oh, he had his Sentinel, didn't he? He's lost his Sentinel. That's what it is. 483, 181. Power is wiped out on the east side, and that's a big deal. Really limits your ability to respond to things when you don't have power, of course. We have a Assault Cannon Dreadnought, which is really bad news for blobs of guardsmen standing around trying to shoot things. That Assault Cannon Barrage is mental. More Plague Marines on the way for Dawnbringer. Tier 3 for Cudder and Tier 3 for the Queen of Weebos. Not sure going Tier 3 when one of your powers is completely out of action is the best idea, but we'll see how it goes. Raptors jumping on rear armor of the Chimera. Couldn't quite get a fist on the rear armor though, I don't think, because of pathing reasons. Oh, there's Curse of Tzeentch on those Catachans over there. Awesome tool to use against blobs of infantry. Lord General's level 3 with these sniper rifles. Is that the same thing Newtonia's got? It is, they both have it. Dawnbringer here to help out on this east side. Is there a 1v1 fight? I think it is. I believe Loneass is somewhere else. Nice Catachan grenade launcher there. You just saw one tick of the Icon of Nurgle go off on those Catachans before they got out of there. Down goes the Chimera. Double Plague Marines able to take it out. And there's a Noxious Cloud, I think. Yes, there is. It was a Noxious Cloud. Look at that Icon of Nurgle doing its thing. Guardsman, oh, finished off by the Dark Flames. Nicely done. Queen of Weebo's lost a hell of a lot there. A hell of a lot. He is in tier 3 now. And he has tons of red. Could drop a Leman Russ pretty soon or just use it to nuke. Rocket run. Ouch. Blastmaster turning Guardsman into blobs of blood. What's this? Is this double Devastators here? No, it's a plasma cannon. I guess they are technically Devastators too. Not seeing a lot of action on the west side here. Blue team doing a relatively good job kind of steering the action away from the natural VP and a natural power over there. And now they're taking this east side, or are they taking it already? Got a double cap. Red team needs a cap mid right now. And they are. Going to stop that VP flying down quite so fast. Stone Guard veterans sit in the field for ironwolf. Can use their Hellfire rounds against light infantry and stuff. Leman Russ is dropped in by Queen of Weebo's. I think. Yes. 483 to 131. Curse of Tzeentch on the Catachans again, but can he kill a model for it to go off? It's a nice special, but it misses. The Sorcerer special attack is pretty good. Quick animation and 360, but it's got quite short range. Quite a tight little area that it affects. Raptors with their melter guns and melter bomb, but unable to really touch that Leman Russ jumping in there. Plague Champion went down. Plague Marines being forced off the field. Can they keep this momentum going into the middle here? There's a las cannon, there's a plasma cannon. That's painful. Down go those guardsmen. Ouch. Oh, Manticore there to open things up. Get those setup teams out of there for a second at least. And now they're continuing to push through. Need to keep this central VP. Stone Guard veterans looks like they're using their Kraken bolts for some reason. They should be using it against heavy infantry and heroes. Maybe they're trying to target the heroes with it. Raptors stealth. Can they find this Leman Russ? There it is. They can jump on rear armor. Can they jump on that rear armor? Surprised not to see any stormtroopers for the Imperial Guard players, especially since we have 2 of those sniper rifles on the field, and stormtroopers with their assault kits will shoot down Plague Marines pretty damn well, because these guys are light infantry technically, and that amount of piercing damage from that amount of range can be a massive pain in the arse for Plague Marines. Leman Russ happy to put it at the front of his army here and goad blue team into doing something about it. Doom to uncap for the Reds, holding on to their VPs. They don't have a lot to hold on to here. Techmarine fully kitted out, now has the refractor field, Signum armor and Mastercrafted bolter. Manticore hitting the Plague Marines, but of course they just get right back up again. Are forced off the field. The other ones are backing off. This is a rocket run, I think. No, this is the creeping barrage from one of the Imperial Guard Lord Generals. Red team keeping it for now. Can blue team do something about this east side? Spotters, what level are you fellas? You're level 2. I don't think they've been upgraded yet. Do have an upgrade in each tier to get progressively more powerful. Uh-oh. Raptors, for some reason, forcing melee combat on the Lord General. That was pretty weird. Maybe the Lord General was the one forcing melee combat. Here comes a Marco Zinch Chaos Predator being very, very ballsy and going down. Wanted to suicide and take out the Leman Russ, but there was Catechins there with a melter gun. There was a Lord General who was forcing melee combat on the tank, which is interesting. And down it goes. Leman Russes do not mess around. Trying to fight them 1v1 in tank battle is usually not going to work out too well for you. So 1-to-1 cap now. The middle has been decapped, but that's a Manticore again. Is the Plague Champion back on his feet? He is back on his feet. Can they cap here? Still has a Sentinel alive. Loneass, well done. Oh, here we see that Icon of Nurgle now. Look at that damage on those guardsmen. Sentinel, just as I was saying, how well he done to keep it alive. It goes down instantly. Just wasn't quick enough to the threat there of the double Plague Marines. 402-113. Plague Champion did a good job holding up the red team and drawing their fire, but he is forced off. Teleporting in now is the Sorcerer. Taking out a Catechin fella there. Was that the end of those Catechins? It might have been. I think that was Loneass's Catechins. That's why it was a sync kill, because it was the last model. Blue team will retake the mid, or at least they'll decap it, I think. Here's the Leman Russ from Newtonia. Baneblade is on the way from Queen of Weebos. Loneass now looking kind of thin. Does have a heavy weapons squad though inside this little bunker here. Might want to be a little bit closer behind this very tough heavy cover over here maybe. Manticore, looks like the Manticore is being saved just to stop caps, which is a good way to use your Manticore. Basically guaranteeing stopping a cap for at least a few seconds when you use that Manticore. This is a nuke from Ironwolf. The orbital bombardment is going to take out that bunker. Boom. And take out anything inside it, which was that heavy weapon squad. Lord Commissar with his stubbornness. Now, I think this tooltip is wrong. I don't think it any longer gives him that pretty crazy damage boost. I don't think it does anymore. Just the tooltip hasn't been updated there. But I could be wrong. As always, you can check out the notes yourself on dawnofwar.info. Whole bunch of dead Sternguard veterans over there. Lord Commissar runs away. We have lost the indicator for him. 354-113. Frantic fighting over the central VP here. Where are the Plague Marines at? They're coming towards the middle now, I think. Here they are. Great tools to cap with, generally. Where's that Baneblade? Baneblade is on the field and the Demolishing Cannon will help stop caps too. Looks like it's taking it to the east side though. 337-113. Red team with the 2-1. Blue team kind of capitulating here. Phobos on the way for Dawnbringer and for cudder. Gonna have double Land Raider Phobos. Down goes those Noise Marines. Don't feel like the Raptors have done a whole lot since they got their melter guns, but they are level 4. Plague Champion doing his Pestilent Fist business. He's probably providing range damage resistance to the Leman Russ here. There's a melter bomb. And down goes Leman Russ. Nicely done. Raptors totally doing something there. Uh-oh, this tank got way too close. He's getting hit by a las cannon. Down it goes. Ogren's on the field here for Loneass. Look at this. Some late game Ogren's on the field. Might do some work for him. Here's the first Phobos from Dawnbringer. Cudder already has his out too. And they're pushing up this east side with it. I don't think he wants to fight a Baneblade though. Leman Russ there as well. Oh, Blastmaster getting a rear arm hit. Did some good damage. Couple Plague Marines. Doesn't look like he wants to engage. Phobos already took tons of damage here. And here comes some Ogres supported by that Commissar. What's he going to do though? Doesn't really have his bionic iron stuff though to support them superbly well. That was the Dirge Caster going off of the Phobos, which took tons of damage. They have 2,000 hit points compared to the 2,750 of the Baneblade. The Phobos can't take rear arm hits though like a Baneblade can, so that's an advantage Land Raiders have. That's a Basilisk Flare from Loneass to mess up the range of that stuff there, and did a good job. Got it off the field alongside that Creeping Barrage, and they keep the central VP. 255-113. Blue team need to group up and push somewhere together. At least two of them need to go somewhere, I feel like. This side is open for a power bash too. If someone can spare a unit over here, might make the red team go over to defend and commit some stuff over there. These level 4 Raptors with 1929 hit points. That's not bad at all. Bit of a lull in the action. It's up to the blue team to hit somewhere. Red team could be a little bit more alive. Could send something. Maybe the Ogrins over to this VP. Tear down the turret and take it. But looks like they are happy to sit in the middle here. Blue team need to come up with something. They got las cannons, they got plague marines, they've got devastator plasma cannons. They have got stuff to kill big fat Baneblades with. I guess. Oh, the Manticore went down. They actually took the Manticore down somehow. Is that the remains of it? No, that's a tank. I don't know how they did that. I guess the Manticore was pushed up somewhere. Maybe the Raptors went after it. What are the blue team going to do here? Looks like they're going after this east side. Unless they're flanking inwards to the center from there. I feel like they should hit the middle, because if they hit the east side, they're inviting action from the center as well. It's not exactly a long way to go. They're inviting a big team fight here. And they can try and isolate a little bit more if they go middle, I feel like. But we'll see how this goes. The Phobos is not going to last very long. Down it goes super quickly there. 182 to 113 still. A 2-to-1 cap. Kicking off in this central east type area. Very aggressively going after the Baneblade. There's Raptors there, but they are taking big shots. Down goes that Predator tank. Raptors barely escaping. Sorcerer trying to get a decap, but he's taking tons of damage there. Red team handling this engagement really well. Some good destruction all around. Picking their targets well. Blue team kind of just fumbled into it and paid the price. Lost some stuff, but down goes the Lemon Rust there. Plague Champion doing some work. What's he doing now? He's going after the Ogrins, I think. No nukes whatsoever. Do they really not have a single nuke, the blue team? Their Dawnbringer have one. Did not use it though. Cudder's now down to 2 units. That final push there could have been a nail in the coffin for the blue team. Red team looking pretty damn strong. Imperial Guard late game pushing them through here, I think. With a triple cap. They did send something over here. Oh, it's the Commissar. He's got a Fist of Brockus and he's smacking down the turret with it. Gonna take it down. A couple more hits. There we go. Got him a bunch of XP there. There's a marked target on him. Happy to hold them up, is he? No, he goes down. Triple cap though, that could be it. Even if they did 2 to take their natural back, they're still going to have a 2-to-1 against them and not a whole lot to push the mid now. Great unclean one on the way for Dawnbringer, but that might be too late. Land Raider Redeemer for Iron Wolf. His team sure could have used that a lot earlier. Instead of those Predators that he lost, maybe. Creeping Barrage just went off over there, I think. Spotters having a look, but forced to retreat. Blue team now trying to take the middle. These are Raptors trying to cap here. With a decent amount of hit points under some infiltration too. But here comes a Manticore strike. At least one. And they jump away after taking 1 shot of it. Did get a decap though. Now it's a single for red team. Blue team can even this up with a 1-to-1. The blue team can pull this out. It's going to be an amazing win. Nice rocket run there. Raptors off the field. Blue team not doing super well in these standing firefights, but there is a Nurgly nuke from Dawnbringer, the Imperial Abyss Nurgle style. Down goes that Lord General though. I don't think it did a whole lot. Got some guards on off the field, killed the Lord General. I guess that's something. Here's the Land Raider Redeemer. You need to retreat back to your Land Raider, fellas. Uh-oh, it looks like he hasn't activated it because they're going back to the HQ instead. And there's a Great and Clean One. It did have a chance to get onto the field. Could these guys change things? The Land Raider and that Great and Clean One. Cudder is looking very thin. Needs to get something on the field right now. Goes for a Predator tank. Leman Russ is all around. Great and Clean One just trying to draw fire. Can something cap while he does this? There's the Nurgly Vomit. Here comes some Ogrins. Needs to do this cloud of flies. There we go. Something needs to cap though. It's the Plague Champion. And he might be able to finish that cap. This might be pretty close here. Looks like he's going to finish that cap. They have edged back the red team. That's the thing about Imperial Guard, right? They can stand and shoot you pretty damn well. But if you have really tough stuff and just move towards them, they need to move back because they can't always stand and fight at close range. Down goes the Land Raider. Taken out by the Manticore strike. Does massive amounts of damage to Land Raiders and vehicles in general, but Land Raiders are so big that they take so many of the shots. 41-102. Blue team just could not keep up that pressure there. They could not keep up that momentum they had moving forward. So Loneass needs to leave. So we're going to have AI taking over him, I guess. 41-90. Can red team hold on here? I love it when people send me games where someone leaves. Raptors down to 2 models. What are they up to? Oh, going off at this Leman Russ. Nicely done. These Raptors have been awesome. Can they finish it though? Yes, they can. Uh oh, red team taking back the center though. 41-89 on the VPs. Red team now with a 2-1. It was a very valiant effort from the blue team. That was a good push. Got a little bit too hasty with the Land Raider there, I think. Would have been way better if they had that Land Raider earlier, obviously. Land Raiders are so good on this map because it's kind of small. Baneblade is still over there. Which I think is what Cudder was saying to Dawnbringer. He was probably asking for him to cap that VP. Here's a Great and Clean One again. Here comes a multi-last turret for some reason. Hey, the more guns the better. Did they actually finish it? Not sure. It's not firing. I don't think they did finish it. 13-89 though. I don't think it's going to matter. Red team have a 2-1 here. Oh, that's probably the AI trying to build a turret like a weirdo. Here comes a Plague Champion with his Pestilent Strike. Trying to get a decap right at the end. But look at this. Red team are on the natural VP, I think, with some Ogrins. I don't think it's going to matter. He does get the decap. Stops the VPs at 2. But if this just gets decapped in time, it's going to tick down with a single. It looks like that's what's going to happen. Big fight brewing at the end, but no time to see it. Red team getting the win with just 89 VPs remaining. It was very, very close. Blue team started so strong, but it's lost so much momentum in tier 2, it felt like. Didn't get the heavy hitters out. I mean, I'm not sure what Iron Wolf did with his Dreadnought. I only saw it for a second, but didn't seem to do a whole lot with it. Their tier 2 units kind of all fell flat. Apart from these Plague Rangers are always awesome. Level 4 Plague Rangers, look at that. Level 3 over here. And level 1. Let's look at these heroes, end of the game. Level 4 Techmarine. Level 9 Plague Champion. With that big tanky loadout. 1600 hit points. Chaos Sorcerer got level 5. The level 6 Lord General with that sniper rifle. Level 3 Lord Commissar with Fist of Brockus. And a level 8 Lord General also with a sniper rifle. Blue team failed. Tier 2 onwards, it felt like. Could not keep their momentum up. Didn't quite get their team fights in a good place. Red team did well. Got to tier 3 and got their armor rolling. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And see you next time.